rerunning the whole pipeline. And this is like the throw the arms up in the air scenario where, I have a few dozen or 100 pipelines in production. We made a bunch of changes and now like to the logic, but now we don't know what jobs need to be rerun, what tables need to be updated. Like we don't know. So it's like, oh, well, we don't want to take the time to figure it out. So let's just rerun everything and like get it all up to date. And that works like, in a pinch for sure. Theoretically you get the right answer and you're good, right? If you're doing that every day or every week or every deployment and your data is scaling over time, that is going to be more and more and more costly over time because you are rerunning ingestions, you're rerunning transformations, you're redoing business logic where the input hasn't changed and the logic hasn't changed. So the outcome hasn't changed. So that particular query gives you the same exact result every time you run it. So having a tool, Ascend being one of them, or maybe even the only one, where you can go into the middle of a pipeline and make a change and have that propagate downstream through hundreds or thousands of other downstream dependencies, but not touch anything to the left, i.e. things that you've already adjusted or business logic you've already processed. That could lead to not only significant savings, but also time savings too, so that you're not redoing work that is useless. So we call that intelligent consumption. So if I'm going to spend a credit on, Snowflake or Databricks or BigQuery, like I want that credit to actually result in a change in my outcome. Like I want some value for that. I don't want to just run compute to run compute. I want value.
It's that quote about doing the same thing a lot of repeatedly and expecting something different.
Yeah, right. Or expecting your cost to stay flat. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to happen. So like having mid-pipeline restarts or having the ability to deploy to production across thousands of pipelines and have your tool actually figure out which components need to react to that deployment and which ones don't. That's really, really valuable, but also nearly impossible to do if you're writing your own software. It is very technically challenging.
Basically, building a self-aware pipeline that knows when to retry and that understands the context of the errors, if there are errors. You said there's sometimes just updates.
Yeah, we call that data aware, so that our code, at least at its end, the code and the data are aware of each other. So if either one of them is perturbed, either a partition gets changed or business logic element changes, the orchestrator will then figure out how to rectify that change by rerunning queries or doing what it needs to do that in the most effective way.